Let's rewind. Let's rewind right back to where we bought the Clubman, way before the sweeping of the metal, the spin upside down jig, and certainly before the floor got replaced. Yes, here it is, a complete car to what I could only believe to be minor work before she hit the road again. The naivety was real, and my delusional mind thought the car would be complete within 12 months. All I'm gonna say is, you live, but you most certainly always learn. So here, in this episode, we continue with the welding, the cutting, the grinding, the spraying, the tapping, the smacking, and whatever else you want to call it. Personally, I resemble it as a complete utter nightmare, but you know yourself, Tom from TCR doesn't give up. To follow the TCR theme, let's say a couple of words in the garage, and cue the epic bodywork montage. If you're back here, then you obviously want to see another welding video. The only problem is, I don't understand how I'm going to keep this interesting going forward because I'm getting quite sick of it myself. We've removed the scuttle, we've started the flinge panels, we've sorted the cross member, the floor's tacked in, and the list continues because we've got the heel board, the rear valance, the rear floor, the rear quarters, the rear corners, the doors, the skins, and just, it's boring. So, cue the montage. By now you should know the drill. We scribe, we cut, we clamp, we weld, we grind. Simples. Oh wait, and we spray. God, oh my shit. Something, what? I know we're forecast a storm, but this is ridiculous. I can't hear anything. I think we'll have to come back to this another day. The floor is soaking wet. Look. Oh. As you can see, the weather has been totally against us doing this. We've had Storm Kira, Storm Dennis, we've had rain, we've had snow, the roof's actually cracked and pissed water in. There's a lot of repairs to do. The repairs don't only stop with the shed, obviously they continue with the car. Now this piece here was absolutely rotten, so we've cut it out, made a cardboard template, and I've made the piece of metal that I want to weld in. Before we do that, I just thought I'd tell you all, if you ever want any sheet metal like this is 0.9 steel, and online it's about £70 a sheet. There's a steel place up the road. I went in and said I need this, it doesn't need to be a full sheet, and he said you can have it, it's scrap. I don't know why it's scrap because it's in mint condition. So I asked the guy, I said, what's the damage on that? And he said £10. So I said, there you go, there's 20, get the beers in, appreciate it, because he did actually sort me out with the 6mm stuff that I used on the jig to make this car be able to spin upside down. So if you ever want any metal, go to the metal shop and ask me if you've got offcuts or scrap. Don't buy new if you only need little bits like I do for this. With the rest of the car, the cross member obviously is tacked, this is tacked. I want to get all this into place, get this piece welded in, and then once we've cleared it, I want to spin the car upside down and weld the flinge panels from underneath because it'll be a lot easier to fill the holes that I've already punched. This journey just continues. There will be a Vtec lump in this one day, and for now, it's just a sorry state and a sad sight. Something I want to get finished. My bodywork's improving. It's probably not the best as what compared to other people on YouTube. I know Dave Jag, his bodywork is absolutely exceptional. I'd speak to him quite a lot and he gives me the tips, so hopefully the tips are working. We'll get this sorted back, we'll get it all put into place, and it should hopefully look a lot better. Well, I think it's time to call it a day on this. I'm absolutely knackered. I've done loads on the floor as well of this behind the scenes that you've not seen, and I've obviously been juggling with the weather and juggling the stuff that's going on with the house. What I want to know is, when you guys actually grind your welds down, do you grind them down flush, or do you only grind like the rough edges off and then skim over them? Because I've got this mentality where I don't want to see my welds, and if you grind too much, the metal becomes too thin and you grind right through. So if anybody can tell me how they do it, and drop it in the comments, it'll be much appreciated and it'll be a big help for me going forward. Also, what I will say is, if you're wondering why the uploads are slack and you've not yet seen what I'm doing, I've got another channel called Signature Builds, which you can click on up here, and we're actually documenting the renovation of a Welsh cottage that we've just recently purchased. So if you want to go and check that out, go over to that channel. But with all that said, guys, I think you should smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, and if you're wondering how much a car actually costs to restore, is nobody ever keeps track of how many of these you go through, and that is all just from cutting the floor. There's probably 50 quid's worth of discs there, so bear that in mind, guys. See you later. Slightly sexy, a bit deranged.